Hi everyone, and welcome to this workshop. Make peace with what was and create your soul vision for the best year yet. It is an invitation to slow down and come back home to us, to the real us, um, and to intentionally let go of any heaviness that we might be still carrying from the year that has just ended. Heaviness in whatever shape or form, maybe it's still disappointment around the situation, an event, a promise, something that maybe we've perceived as being a failure or a lack of accomplishment or a lack of any kind, so that we can release all this burden and step into the upcoming year with a lot more clarity, with lightness, with gratitude for the blessings that we did experience. And at the same time, after having forgiven whatever needs to be forgiven from the year that has just passed, to really build a vision that's so beautifully inspiring and uplifting for this year that you cannot help but smile just whenever you're thinking about it. So that would be my intention for this workshop, to hold the space for whatever needs to be healed, released, forgiven to happen, to bring in that gratitude and first of all, compassion and then gratitude for the blessings that we did experience, because no matter how hard it may have been at some point, we surely have had many blessings so far, and bring those blessings forward, the energy that we do want to experience into the next year, and build that beautiful vision. And before we start with the meditations, the way I thought of it is, for the moment, we will have two guided meditations. One to release and let go of um, anything that doesn't serve us and that still feels heavy in some way. And the second part, the second meditation, would be for building the vision of the most inspiring, um, uplifting, richest, happiest year ever. But I do want to say something. So this is an event because it is in between years. As I said, for the year that has passed and what's coming. But what I love about this process is that you can adapt it, all of it, or just parts of it, to any aspect of your life. It can be maybe for example, for a business venture that didn't go the way you expected or you would have liked it to go, for a relationship, whether it's a romantic one or a collaboration, for a new project that you want to start, a new dream, a new relationship, whatever it can be. You can take parts of it and adapt it. And it doesn't matter, or just for when you're setting your intention for the upcoming month or the next quarter or whatever it is for you, depending on how you set your goals or objectives or projects. And that's what I love the most about it. It doesn't even matter if you watch it now or watch it 6 months from now. Just be open to it. Now, of course, my invitation is to create your own space. You can bring a journal, and I would recommend to have something to jot down some ideas, some awareness, some insights. Maybe you get inspiration, maybe you come here with an intention, and by the end, you discover that you want something more or something different. So that's the way I work. I have like all kinds of pens and my notebook with me. Um, so do have something to write on, but do not interrupt the meditation to write. Trust that whatever information you need to remember will stay with you for the end, I will give you some time after each meditation to write down your awareness, your insights, whatever action steps you got inspiration for, and so on. Create your safe space. So if you want to, like for example, I have some crystal, I have my own essential oils. If you light a candle or whatever makes you feel comfortable and gives you positive energy, do make sure you're safe. Do not leave the candle near a pet or a kid or unsupervised. And before we start, please make sure when you do the meditation that you're in a safe space to do them, where you can safely close your eyes. Do not do the meditation if you're driving or operating machinery or in any type of activity that requires your full attention. I trust that you're sovereign beings and you know what's safe for you. And it's not something, whatever we're doing here, it's a beautiful and powerful and can be processed, and it can be deeply healing and empowering if you let it be and allow yourself to go deep with it, but it doesn't replace any medical treatment or psychological counseling of any kind. So know that, okay, you know your best, make sure you're safe, and allow yourself to experience it in the most open and safest way possible for you. Stay curious. If there are any triggers, that's great. That's a beautiful opportunity for healing, whatever is triggering you. Maybe you feel that I'm going too slow or too fast during the meditation. Okay, so pay attention to your emotions, your sensations in the body, whatever pops up. It's all important, and you can journal upon them and you can share them. Um, and whatever insights or wins you feel you're getting from it, please do share them with me, even if you're watching the replay, because it's important. It helps me prepare other events like this. If there's something, take from whatever we're doing something that resonates with you. If there's something that doesn't, just drop it. You know you better than anyone else. And I think this is what I wanted to tell you before starting. Um, just before going into the first meditation, as I said, make sure you're in a safe space where you can safely close your eyes. Um, There is no right or wrong way of doing it. The way I do it is with my feet on the floor. You can hold, and lately I've just felt like holding a hand on my heart and one on my solar plexus, but you can stay in the lotus position, for example, if you want, or whatever feels comfortable. You might lie down, you might fall asleep if you do, but that's up to you. So there's no right or wrong way of doing it. Um, and probably the last thing that I want to tell you before we start with the meditation, the first meditation, is that most of the people I've guided through processes like this have always told me that they couldn't really visualize before, but with me, they were able to do so very clearly. And do expect that. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean it's not working. It just means it's working differently for you. Maybe you get more feelings and sensations than images, and that's perfectly fine. And now let's start. Okay, I'm gonna give you a few seconds to settle in your space, in your chair or bed, and think of what would you love to experience by the end of the workshop. Okay, these are not the visions and goals for the upcoming year. It's just like, what do you want? What would you love out of this experience with Mitch, which is probably going to be like from now, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. but be open to stay more if that feels aligned. So just think, what would I love to experience? Okay. So make yourself comfortable. Breathe in. And we're going to start by breathing consciously, breathing in for a count of 4, in through the nose and out through the mouth for a count of 6. And we're going to do that 3 times. Okay, so breathe in and out. Breathe in for a count of 4. Breathe out for a count of 6. And one more time. Take a deep breath in and release. And now you can just breathe in your own rhythm, feeling your body, your chest expanding with every breath, and then letting go. And with each breath, you're coming back to that place of I am, back to center, back home, feeling more at ease and more at home in your body, knowing you're safe, feeling grounded, supported, nourished. Remember the intention that you set for this workshop. Set the intention also to call all your energy back to you. So you can see it as rays of light coming back to your center. Or you can just set the intention to call your energy back from all the people you've interacted with throughout the day, all the places you've been to, all the situations and events. And feel this expansion, this ease. And now bring a situation, a person, an event from the year that has just passed that still feels heavy in one way or another. Maybe you felt disappointed. Maybe you set a goal that you didn't achieve the way you wanted to. Maybe there's some guilt or frustration or a feeling of injustice connected to that person or situation. So just bring it to mind and focus on it and allow yourself to experience it. Where does this feel in your body? Where do you feel it, and how does it feel? Just pay attention to your body. Know you're safe. Know you're not reliving anything. You're just observing it and noticing it and presencing it in order to release it and let go of it. But first, we need to be aware of it. So, this heaviness, where does it feel in your body? And what's the emotion that's most present, most intense, connected to it? Breathe. Breathe through that part of the body or those parts if it's in more places than one. And ask this part of you that is still attached to that person, event, or situation, or feeling of lack of any kind. Ask this part of you that still feels those sensations and emotions and happiness. What do you need from me in order to feel safe? and listen. So what do you need from me in order to feel safe? And whatever it needs, whether it's a hug, whether it's a conversation, whether it's you stepping up and speaking up, if it's okay and can do it now in your mind, do it. If not, tell it you would come back to it later when you feel more at ease or you have more time or space. But if it's possible, do it now in your mind. Keep breathing. Bring light to your body, especially to the parts that feel tense. Bring love and compassion. Shower this part of you that still is attached to those perceived failures. Shower it with love, with light, with compassion. And if it feels right, forgive all the unconscious energy that led to this situation. And if it resonates with you, you can repeat in your mind or out loud after me. I am sorry for all the conscious and unconscious energy that I put into the world that somehow contributed to this situation. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And remember, this is about letting go. Maybe it's letting go of the need to be right, to have things go a certain way, to be in control, whatever it is. So you can ask yourself, what can I let go of right now so that I can step into the new year with fresh energy, feeling lighter, feeling more clarity, more confidence, more ease, more enthusiasm, more inspiration. And make the decision to let go of whatever popped up. And now I'm going to invite you to find between one to three things. Of course, you can think of more. Between one to three things that made the year that has just ended the best year so far. No matter how hard it was in some moments, no matter how difficult the situation you've just forgiven was, find at least one thing, one person, one event that is really a blessing. And allow yourself to really feel the gratitude of that blessing. And if you found more than one thing, great. Focus on each one, taking turns and going from one thing to the next. And really feel the gratitude in your body. Feel how blessed you are for those people, for those moments. And spread that gratitude, like radiated in every cell and beyond your body, and all the spaces between the cells, of course. I am so blessed. I am truly blessed. Breathe in gratitude and spread it and radiate it. In every cell of your body, in all the spaces between the cells and far beyond your body. Knowing that more and more blessings are on their way. More and more blessings are coming. And if you feel like there's anything else to be forgiven, make a mental note of it to come back to this meditation and adapt it to whatever else needs forgiveness or letting go. And for now, just imagine yourself closing the book of the year that has passed, putting it away on a shelf with a smile on your face, feeling lighter, knowing only good can come from now on. And take that feeling of gratitude with you. Take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, you can come back. I'm gonna give you a few moments to write in your journal whatever insights came to you. Notice if there was any resistance to the words that I said. Pay attention to how you feel in your body. Do you feel lighter? If there is still tension, just keep breathing. And you can, if there is still tension or you feel some anxiety in any way, just tune into that and see, okay, what else needs my attention right now? What else can I let go of? What else can I forgive? That once I've forgiven, a whole new path opens up. Just take a few moments to write. Feel free to share. You might get ideas after the call. That's perfectly fine. So be open to release even after the call if there's still something that feels heavy. And as I said, if you felt any resistance towards saying the words I said, like I'm sorry for the conscious and unconscious energy that I've put into the world that came back to me in this situation, in this form, or through this person, whatever it was. See why, okay? What is there for you to maybe take responsibility of, and what else can you heal? And remember that you can adapt this to whatever feels right for you. So if there are more events that you feel need forgiveness or letting go, you can always do this again. I'm curious to know how it felt for you or how it was for you, what insights you got. At the same time, how was it to find the blessings? And the reason why I thought of a blessing, at least, is because nothing is as bad as we expect it to be. And I've heard a lot of talk about, oh, this was such a hard year. And it probably was in some aspects, but I'm sure there's blessing even in the situations that you had to forgive. And looking back at other moments in the past from years ago, I'm sure you can now find the blessings, right? Maybe a heartbreak that you thought would be the end, or the end of love, or whatever it was in the past, or losing money, or and then failing a job interview, failing between inverted commas and so on. Anything that in the past seemed like such a tragedy, such a happiness, such a failure. And now, if you look back on it, that's the way it had to go for you to experience something better, probably. So, in itself, there's always a blessing, even in those situations that were apparently tense, unfair, heavy in some way, disappointing, maybe full of grief or guilt or shame. And you can ask, even for those situations, there's a question from Reverend Michael Beckwith that I absolutely love. It's like, what blessing is hidden in this that I can currently not see? And that will open the way for you to have a different perspective of whatever was going on, especially if there's a situation that is still continuing right now. It hasn't ended with the year, but other than that, I really want you to find one, two, or three things that were truly beautiful. Right? For example, for me, it was I had some really tough moments, but this for us, for example, was the richest Christmas ever. And I know it's not about the presents, but I don't know about you. I love giving and receiving presents, and being able to buy so many beautiful things for my boy, who's 1 year and 3 months old, was like, wow, just thinking of his joy when he opened the presents Well, open is one way of saying it nicely, but anyway, um, I get tears in my eyes, right? He didn't go to sleep until midnight, almost midnight, because he was so excited with everything he got. And that for me is such a beautiful blessing that whatever happened that was heavy, that I had to go through it, okay, it feels doable. I can forgive it. I can let it go. And it's a lot easier to get into the vision of the next year and build that beautiful mental vision board or mental movie of the best year yet when you go with the feeling of gratitude and blessings and not with what didn't work. I hope that makes sense. Um, so the next meditation is going to be about your dream year, basically. If this year that has just started were to be the best year in your life yet, what would need to happen by the end of the year for it to make it the best year yet? Like, I want you to imagine yourself at the end of this year, just like my baby boy, opening his present and showing them excitedly to everyone. Like, what would you talk about if this year turned out to be the best year yet? And I want you to experience in the guided meditation and visualization that joy of, wow, look how many blessings and uplifting experiences and beautiful moments and achievements I've had. Okay, so that's like setting the tone. I want you to get really excited. Right. And maybe you have some things you want to achieve, some projects, some goals already. Like we all have our New Year's resolution, so to say, and that's okay. But I want you to really bring enthusiasm into it. Something that would really make you, I feel like sneezing and yawning at the same time, which is a very good thing, by the way. If that happens in meditation, it's perfectly normal. On the one hand, it's unconscious energy that's being released, and on the other, it's your intuition speaking to you. To me, this is how my intuition is speaking. If I feel like yawning, I know I'm on to something. And it's interesting that the word that came to me is enthusiasm, because in this comes from and theos, which means in God, right? So there is that beautiful spiritual aspect to it, regardless of the religion and the beliefs out there. I'm talking about that beautiful divine energy that you can bring into it. So I want you to infuse joy into your vision and not just have some written goals somewhere that would be nice to achieve. Okay? Like, I want you to tune into the feelings of joy and excitement and enthusiasm. Like, really think think of yourself and see yourself as that kid that shows what he's got to everyone so excitedly. He cannot, they call grandma and whoever to show them, um, to to display whatever they have. That's how I want you to feel. So what would need to happen in those 12 months for you to be so uplifted by the end of the year, so inspired, so fulfilled, so happy that the only thing you can do is smile and talk to everyone about it and say, oh my God, this has been the best year yet. And I'm so excited about the next one. Okay, so we're diving in. Get ready. I got excited. And I'm not even thinking about my bestie. I'm gonna do the meditation separately, um, because I can only get some snaps of it when I'm leading people through it. I just need my own time with it, but we will see. Who knows? So get ready. Ah. Let's center ourselves. Let's take a few deep breaths in and just relax. Relax your shoulders, soften your jaw, your chest. If it feels right, you can put a hand on your heart and one on the solar plexus and ask yourself that very question. If this year that has just started were to be the best, the happiest, the most uplifting, most fulfilling, most blissful year yet, what would need to happen for it to be like that? What would I absolutely love to experience and live and achieve? And allow yourself to dream, to see, to feel. What would you love to talk about at the end of the year? To share, exactly like a small kid showing what they've got on Christmas to everyone. And choose 3 things that you would like to achieve. They can be experiences. Maybe it's a financial goal that you have. Maybe it's a relationship goal. Maybe it's related to health or the way you want to feel in your body. I would actually encourage you to choose one that is financial, one that is relationship related, and one that is about health or other experiences. Maybe you want to, I don't know, go on a retreat of some kind. It's okay to have more than 3, of course. Hmm. Now I want you to play the trailer of the year, right? Just like you've been waiting for a new season, for your favorite TV series or your favorite a sequel of your favorite movie. I want you to play the trailer. What are the highlights of the year? And watch it with curiosity, with openness, with enthusiasm and excitement. Play that trailer. Make it vivid and use all your senses. I want you now to be in that trailer, like maybe you can see yourself on the screen, but also in the screen, for example, right? And feel the sensations, like involve all your senses. What can you hear in those moments? You can stop the trailer at specific moments and live each highlight. What can you see? Who is there with you? What can you smell or taste or feel? And go from one highlight of the year to the next, from one goal to the next. It can be your top three, or maybe something else pops up. Just keep open. Make the colors bright. I want you being in your trailer and also looking at you from the outside. What are the feelings that are dominant when you see yourself enjoying those moments, achieving whatever you set your mind to? What are the dominant feelings? Allow yourself to feel them and expand them. Make them bigger. Make your energy bigger. Turn up the volume of your energy and positive feelings, just like you turn up the volume of a song, of a radio, of the laptop. Expand the joy. Maybe you feel joy, maybe you feel fulfillment, freedom. Just make them bigger, brighter, radiate them all over. Play the trailer one more time. The best moments of the year. Ah, and I want you to fast forward it towards the end of the year when you're celebrating all of that. Right? You're celebrating all of the beautiful, uplifting experiences, shared moments with loved ones, accomplishments. Who are you celebrating with? Where are you celebrating it and how? What are the feelings when you celebrate what you've achieved so far? A very good question. What's the very first thing you do after each achievement? Make a mental note of it. And now that you've celebrated it, you've achieved all of that, you've lived all those beautiful moments and experiences. What's your next big project? Whatever pops up is perfect. What's your next big project? And when you're ready, take a deep breath in, take all that excitement and celebration energy with you. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and come back. And again, I'm going to allow a few minutes for you to write down in your journal how it felt, who you're celebrating with, where, when, how. Write down your next big project. And I'm going to invite you to ask yourself a question. What is one action step that I can take within the next 24 hours that would bring me closer to this moment of celebration? And as long as it is, as you're safe taking that action and you're respecting and your own integrity and others, then commit to taking that action step within the next 24 hours, if possible. Don't postpone it. I felt the need to say I'm done. uh, I'm done postponing my dreams or waiting on my dreams. So, yeah, whatever inspired action step you got insights on, commit to it as long as it is safe to take that action. And as I said, you're respecting your own integrity and other people's integrity. Honor your intuition. You can continue writing in your journal. I'm gonna stop the recording soon. I hope that whenever you, and that was the intention that I started with, the intention that I set before, was that whenever you're watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay now or months later or who knows when, that you get whatever you need out of it in that specific moment. And I trust that that's going to be the case. I'm going to end it. I'm really curious to hear how it felt and how it felt watching the trailer, stopping at key moments, celebrating everything. Oh, and I said, what are the feelings that you experience with each achievement and the feelings that you experience celebrating all of it at the end of the year? And I want you to write down in your journal those feelings and notice them in your day-to-day life. For example, what do I mean by that? And not just notice, but ask yourself, how can I experience them today or every day? For example, if the feelings that you got, let's say you set your mind on a financial goal or on a relationship goal, and the feelings would be freedom or love or excitement or fulfillment. These are feelings that you can experience on a daily basis. And it makes you somehow collapse the timeline and achieve your goals a lot earlier and with more ease when you find evidence that they're happening. So if the feelings that you experienced, I know I'm not giving you enough time to write, don't get frustrated. You can write afterwards. If the feelings were of freedom, of love, of fulfillment, of satisfaction, or whatever, joy, right? Whenever you experience that on a daily basis, even if it's apparently not related to your goals, make a mental note of it and notice it and say, wow, this is evidence that my goals are happening. I hope that makes sense. This is evidence, this is proof that my wishes are coming to fruition, my dreams are becoming reality. And it's happening faster and easier than I thought. So, this is the energy that I want you to take with you. The reason why I told you to think of the next big project is because sometimes the mind gets, a lot of times, the mind gets scared, the subconscious mind, of the unknown. And it's good to have something in mind that comes after. Okay, whatever you said. So if you had a relationship goal or a business goal or whatever, maybe it is to uh, write, publish, and sell your book, for example. Okay, how do you feel once your book is in your hand, freshly printed, ready to go? You're preparing the book launch, everyone, or you're actually after, at the end of the most successful book launch, for example. How do you feel? How does it feel in your body? What are the sensations? How do you feel in your heart, right? Like what emotions? Is your heart pumping like, with excitement? Do you feel like jumping or dancing or simply cannot stop smiling? Okay, and what's your next big project after that? Maybe you want to write another book, or maybe you want to your book to be translated into how many, I don't know how many languages. Maybe you're going to a specific publisher that you would like um, to publish. Maybe you're invited to speak on stage after that book. So, what's the next big project? Okay, because when the mind sees that there's something else and okay, it feels safer. And of course, it helps you expand and build new pathways and simply to be more creative, more inspired. Okay, so that was it. I'm gonna stop the recording. Um, Please do share um, the workshop with everyone you feel would benefit from it. Um, and I'm gonna post it on YouTube after I adjust some things because at some point the screen went black and I had to restart the computer because I didn't know if it was working or not. So there's gonna be some cutting and pasting that I need to do. And that might take a little bit. But once I'm done, I'm going to send the replay link. And please do feel free to like, to comment, to send me your biggest wins from today. And that's it. I really hope this was exactly what you needed and you're more excited than ever about the year to come. And you can always play with your trailer, right? You can rewind it. You can watch it again. Maybe something new pops up. Um, Play with the colors, the sounds. And as I said, every time you feel in your daily life a feeling that you associated with having achieved your goals or your dreams, remember, this is evidence that I'm on the right track, that my dreams are manifesting and they're coming to me faster and easier than I ever thought possible. And this is it. I'm ending it with a card from Louis Hay. It's in Romanian, so I'm just gonna adapt it to English. Before starting, when I set the intention for the workshop, I also drew a card to inspire me, and it's really beautiful because it says, I encounter love everywhere I go, and on the back is love is everywhere, and I'm loved and loving. In my life, there are loving people, and I easily express love towards others. The card is in Romanian, but it's beautiful and yeah, remember to bring love to everything you do. I mean, these are your dreams, right? So If you feel heaviness or tension or pressure around them, come back to center, breathe, and ask, how can I bring more love to it? How can I bring more ease? Because people abandon their New Year resolutions because they feel too big and they want to achieve all of it at the same time, which is possible if you are coming from the right energy, of course. But remember to come back to love. Because the truth is that they're your dreams because you would love them. Why would you love them? For those feelings that you mentioned, right? People don't just want a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship, theoretically, okay? Unless they're too afraid to be alone. But that's some healing that needs to happen there. You want to feel loved, to feel spoiled, to share moments of connection, of intimacy, and so on, of pleasure. And so bring love. Whenever it feels like heavy, bring love and light, and remember that if you thought of it, it is meant for you, one way or another. And always say this or something better. And if your dreams involve somebody else, for the highest good of all, right? Because everyone has free will. So this or something better for the highest good of everyone involved. And that was it. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording now and send you the replay link.